Nosity in the lower bracket. But up next, guys, we got some powerhouses. We got Cloud9 versus Donut. Cloud9, of course, has the addition of Goreki on their team, giving them a whole bunch of additional compositions available. And Donut running with that Windwalker Dream. If you guys have faith in the Windwalker Dream, make sure you are giving Balance and Melman all of the energy. Melman, if you didn't know, is the power of Balance. He is his giraffe pet. No, but for real, he needs him. He needs him. But I'm so excited to see these guys play. I mean, we saw the Windwalker DK Dream come out from these guys, and the pressure that Jeff and Balance can put out is downright scary. With that being said, Roasty's Wealthy Man and Cubsy, the cross CC and the control that these guys have, and Cubsy's preemptive Ironbarks we saw so far in the tournament are a force to be reckoned with. So far, we've seen Cloud9 run compositions like LSD and things like that. And then we have Donut, on the other hand, running compositions like Windwalker DK Holy Paladin. They also have that Feral DK Holy Paladin available to them. And both those compositions, to me, are like polar opposites. Like, you have LSD, and then you have like a Cleave. Who is going to come out on top is the real question. We're going to find out here next, guys. As soon as these teams are ready, we're going to queue right back up and find out what wins what. Is it the Cleave or is it the LSD? We're going to find out very shortly, guys. But I want to see in chat, who do you guys think is going to win this? Is it going to be Donut or is it going to be Cloud9? Make sure you guys are posting it in chat. I want to see what you guys think. But here we go, guys. The first map of this best of 5 series is the Grand Arena. Welcome to the Grand Arena, everybody. We got Cloud9 versus Donut, and we see the Ebola Cleave coming out from Donut. We got Foxy repping that Feral Druid with Jeff on the DK and Kappa, the Holy Paladin, going up against Cloud9 Shatterplay, Goreki, Wealthy Sock X, and Kubzi. Now, Kubzi, normally on a Restoration dude, is a renowned multi-classer, so seeing him on this Holy Paladin is probably pretty comfortable for him, I'm not going to lie. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and push in. Looks like Black Jeff wants some Kubzi in his life. He's running right at him, right on that Paladin. Foxy's right behind him. It looks like it's time to train the Paladin. But here we go. Foxy getting horrified up. Jeff forced to shrink it. Goes into that AMS. Can Kipo keep him alive? Kubzi, though, having a hell of a time healing through this Execution Sentence with the wings, as well as the Aura Mastery. Forced to being used. Goreki with the cheeky grip. Getting Kubzi away from that double melee. Looks like Kubzi's going to be okay for now. Getting denounces whenever he can. But Foxy taking a whole bunch of pressure. Jeff mounting up, running in. He's actually going to get Frost Shot out of that into a silence. He has no AMS. Is he just going to go down? And down he goes. Cloud9 says, oh, you just want to train our healer? That doesn't work against us. Try another thing. Alright, everybody, we're going to get the composition lock-ins from these teams and get into game number 2. But I have to say, that strategy to chain the Paladin, I mean, Kappa was very, very close to keeping him up. He pressed that bubble and everything, but I don't know. That being said, they're bringing it to Ruins of Lordaeron. Maybe a strat like that might work out for them on a map like Ruins of Lordaeron. That's happening next, guys. This is going to be very scary for any composition. It does seem like that DK was relatively vulnerable. I mean, he used that AMS because he was in their face. But as soon as that AMS is down, he was so vulnerable to damage. But here we go, guys. We're just going to jump right into Ruins of Lordaeron. Welcome everybody to Ruins of Lordaeron. It's Cloud9 versus Donut, Goreki, Wealthy Man, and Cubsy running that shatter play, going up against Foxy, Jeff, and Kappa. So that being said, Cloud9 is looking so strong against them in game number 1, but it could just be nothing at all. It could just be a quick misplay. That's all it really takes to lose against this caliber of player. And will it happen again? Especially on a map like this, Cubsy's not going to have very far to run to or very far to be able to grip to. On Ruins of Lordaeron, and here we go. The gates have opened. It's Kappa, Foxy, and Jeff running right in, and looks like they want Cubsy once again. They're pushing in. They're trying to get to him, but already he's taking a whole bunch of pressure. Silence goes out onto Jeff. Kappa in that deep full polymorph. AMS being used by Jeff, and the Horrify into the full Hodge onto Foxy. Silence goes out on the Cubsy, though. Cubsy's sitting in the dungeon. He wants to force them into a bad spot. Execution Satin's Wings coming out for Cubsy, topping him off for now. Jeff has no AMS available to them. That's going to force Kappa's bubble, keeping Jeff offensive. But Cubsy looks like he's healing through this, no problem. No trinket, no bubble has been used quite yet. Kappa's bubble does finally fade. Now he's vulnerable to that CC. Jeff getting polymorphed real quick, but it looks like Cubsy is still going to be the kill target for Foxy and Jeff. They're not going to let up at all. This is their strat, and they're sticking to it. But Jeff is just taking so much damage. Orge coming out. Horrify goes out onto Foxy, and that was on his incarnation. Cubsy desperately trying to get cast off, but he does get locked out. This could be it for Cubsy, but the fear goes out on the Kappa, the Hodge on the Foxy. Can they make something happen? The grip on the grip. Cubsy still locked out, and that was the save by the light as well. Can it save his life for him to be able to bubble? Looks like he is going to be able to bubble. He's desperately. He gets kicked again at low health. Is this going to be it for Cubsy? 24% health. He gets the bubble off, and Cubsy is going to survive for now. AMS still down for 30 more seconds for Jeff. He could be vulnerable as Kappa's in a full polymorph. Jeff is still scared at 45% health here. Foxy trinketing out of that CC to try to peel for his Deathknight. Silence goes out into Jeff. Fear on the Kappa. He's going to trinket out of it. Jeff catching huge heals at this point. Cloud9 looking to try to make a setup once again. It looks like Jeff is constantly the one who's just supposed to be getting peeled. Foxy constantly on top of Cubsy, trying to push in as much damage as possible, but he needs Jeff. There's the grip. There's the AMS. He can't be peeled here. DR bash on a Cubsy. He has no trinket. He has no bubble. Or Master's going to get rid of that silence for now. Cubsy desperately trying to survive through all of this pressure, but can he do it long enough to let his team make a kill happen? Foxy and Hodge. Poly onto Kappa. Into a DR poly. Jeff at 22% health here. No AMS. Nothing available. Down Jeff goes. Cloud9 taking game number 2 here in this best of 5 series. Cloud9 all of a sudden just one game away from taking the whole thing and going to the finals. Alright everybody, we're going to be getting into potentially the last game. Donut all of a sudden is on the ropes here, but that being said, guys, this is the upper bracket. If Donut does go down to Cloud9, they're going to go and drop down to that lower bracket. And man, oh man, no one really wants to face this Donut Cleave. I mean, even though they might not have the compositions to counter you, they have the compositions to burst you and take you by surprise. Cloud9 currently up 2-0 against Donut. They have one more game to knock Donut down to the lower bracket. Then after that, Donut is going to face the winner of Luminosity and Method Black. That is going to be an intense series. I can't wait to see that. But after that, guys, after that match, we have the finals. That's all coming up next, guys, right here at GCD TV. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please hit that follow button. If you are enjoying what you're seeing and you want to support WoW Esports, hitting that follow button is absolutely amazing for the growth of our channel. It notifies you when we go live, so we can have you guys tune in every single time we have these tournaments. Now, these tournaments are going to be bi-weekly. So we're going to have these, not next week, but the week after, we're going to have this same tournament, the same big event then. And every single one of these tournaments are going to build up to a huge finals. And that's all in the future, guys. So make sure you're hitting that follow button. You're following us on Twitter, so you're keeping up with all of your favorite players and all your favorite teams on their progress through the GCD Pro League. But it looks like the next map that's going to be chosen is going to be Dalaran Sewers. Very cool, very cool. Dalaran Sewers is very similar to Ruins of Lordaeron. There's not very many places to hide. I mean, you got the boxes, but for a DK and a Feral Druid, it's going to be an uphill battle for sure. But Cubsy did a great job surviving last game, and Goreki and both, sorry, Goreki and Wealthy Man did a great job peeling for Cubsy as well and setting up that damage and getting the kill as soon as possible. So what is the prize pool? The prize pool for every one of these bi-weekly tournaments is 500 big ones. And then the biggest prize pool, the finals prize pool, is 2,000 buckaroonies. So there's quite a bit of money on the line, guys. I mean, there's not that many tournament. Uh-oh. Does Jamili need to leave? It's hypothermia. Oh, it's going off cooldown. But here we go, guys. It's Donut versus Cloud9. Or Jamilian. Holy moly, it's been a long day. Did his Wealthy Sock need to leave? It doesn't look like it. He looks like he's okay. But, yeah. Donut versus Cloud9. Wait, what? Wait.
It's 3 DPS.
There's the 3 DPS. There's 3 DPS on Team Donut. It is a Feral Druid, a DK, and a Windwalker Monk. Is the dream alive, guys? What the? Who in the? Hello? Oh, right. I'm sure Cloud9 is sitting here right now just scratching their head and thinking, what in the world are these doing? If you guys are familiar with the term all-in SCVs from StarCraft 2, that means that they're taking out all the stops and playing super risky plays to make something happen, and that is exactly what we see from Donut. All-in SCVs, gates have opened, Balance, Jeff, and Foxy looking to take down somebody. Balance already in these guys' face. Gonna go ahead and grip down Cubsy. There is the defenses coming out from Balance. He wants to get offensive right here, right now. Cubsy dipping down to 60% health here. He's gonna trinket, get the Hodge up. There's the full polymorph. Foxy in a lot of trouble, dipping down to 17% health here without a healer. He surely will go down. And a desperation attempt from Donut is going to prove nothing as Cloud9 takes game number 3. And it moves on to the finals. Donut's not out of it yet, guys. Donut still has to dip down to the lower bracket and continue to fight their fight there. Let's take a quick look at that bracket as they dip down to round 4, best of 5. Round 3, best of 5 is up next. We have Luminosity versus Method Black. That's all coming up next, guys. But shout out goes to Cloud9 and to Donut. I mean, Cloud9 definitely showing that they had the composition, they have the skill to be able to get to the finals through the winner's bracket, and they did just that. Wealthy Sock, Goreki, Cubsy, and Roasties are GPL #1 finalists, but are they the champions? We're going to find that out here in just a few short minutes. But up next, oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold on.
Sorry.
It's okay. We're going to get that fixed for you guys. But very, very soon, we have Luminosity versus Method Black. Now, if you guys aren't keeping up with what that is, Luminosity is that turbo cleave, and Method Black has been running both Mage Boomkin Holy Paladin and 1 game of Warlock Mage Paladin, so that Mage Lock MLP. But Mage Moonkin Holy Paladin seems to be the strongest composition for them by far. Alright, let's take a quick look at who's coming up next, guys. We have Method Black versus Luminosity. I mean, Smex and Vanguards and Wong, they have been doing so well in this tournament. Such good players going up against Agent and Asper and Floria, as well as Chanimals. These guys